feeling cynical at all. It's like, who's going to replace us? Where are the new leaders? Well, they're here. So I'm feeling, you guys have really excited me just by being here. That's fantastic. So what I'm going to do is share, this is going to be called an awareness. So you get a piece of the professional development that is offered to you through the union. Okay? And this little awareness session we're going to have for 40 minutes is a piece of ER&D, which is Educational Research and Dissemination, which is a program by the AFT, and it's called AFT Teach. It's basically based on level 3 research. So what do I mean by level 3 research? Level 1 research means you did it last year and it worked, I'm going to do it again. Just level 1, it just seemed to work and it was okay. Level 2 is it's done maybe throughout your district and it's working well. Level 3 research means that it's been done over a long period of time on a large scale. So many times in the ER&D you'll see researchers that they'll quote back to 1983 research and think, well, this is old. No, that shows how long it's been true and it's solid. So everybody says research-based now, okay? But what kind of research and how long has it been? So when you see old dates, that doesn't mean it's bad. It means it's good. They wouldn't still, they verified it through the years, but we want to go back to the original research. So I'm just going to teach, no, you're going to teach it actually. That's what the cards are about. A piece of a class called Managing Antisocial Behavior. And as Albert said, it's a 30-hour module, so we have 40 minutes. My brain on, I don't know. But what is antisocial behavior? Did you guys think if you have antisocial behavior, you're supposed to come today? No, because you're all doing what's expected. So that's social behavior, doing what's expected. We're in a classroom, you're sitting, you're listening to the speaker. That's acceptable. Antisocial behavior is when a student isn't doing it. So I will say that in 30 years of teaching, the one thing you need to know how to do is manage antisocial behavior. And you need to have this huge backpack of research-based techniques you can use. So I'm going to talk to you today about a researcher that has what they call the acting out cycle. I thought, what most of these people are probably about, how many of you are about to do your internship? Or how many of you are working in some classrooms now? Okay. I thought, what would be most valid for them? And I thought of this cycle, because you will see it. You might not see it from the beginning to the end always. Sometimes the teacher gets right there in the middle of the peak of it. But if you learn to see it coming, then you can do things to stop it from going all the way to the top. So we're going to talk about the acting out cycle and the 7 parts of it. This research goes back to 1993, way back in the Stone Age. In Collins, C-O-L. This is the researcher. Jeffrey. This is where it comes from. So we're going to learn to identify and different parts of this energy and social behavior. So when you see it, you'll know what to do. Okay, so everybody that has a card, you have one of the stages. Okay, now those of you without a card, you're going to get to join a group that gets together, so don't worry. I didn't know that you have this many, that's why I'm so excited. I thought, we could have 3 people there. How am I going to do this activity? It's great. We have lots of people. Okay, so I'll just start with the word, just to show you what we're going to do. The first phase, does anybody have one that they think might be the first phase? Anybody have one? Yes. What's your name? Julia. She's right. Calm is the first stage. How many other people have calm? All right. So what we're going to do is the people that have the same card are going to be in a group. And you're going to have, like, I'm going to set my timer, about 5 to 7 minutes. I'm going to give you the materials. And so in the materials you get, find the card that you have. In your little group, I'm sure you've done these kinds of activities before, being in the education department. Look at it and find a way to present it to the group in just 2 or 3 minutes. We've got to think, how long is this going to take? That's what a teacher does. So I'm going to give you about 5 to 7 minutes to decide. You could just read the handout to us. Not my favorite. Or you can act it out. That sounds fun. Or any other way that you can show it to us in a very short amount of time. So we can learn and remember all the 7. How many are there? 7. There's 7. And you know the first one is calm. Anybody have who thinks that they might have the last one? Recovery. Exactly. All right. So I'm going to have the calm people. What's your name? Tim. Would the people come over here with Tim and just, you know, if you're a natural born leader, just take over the group. Okay, this is one of those times you just, okay, what are we going to do? Think of how you're going to present it. All calm people come to Tim. Okay, who thinks they might have the second one?
Hi, how are you doing?
And then one of you without a card join that group, please. Who thinks they might have the second one? Triggers. Okay, what's your name? Alicia. People with triggers, would you come and meet with Alicia? Or one of you without a card. Okay, the third one? Who thinks they have the third one? Yes, agitation. You'll meet over here. And who has the next one? You guys are doing good. Acceleration. What's your name? Sammy. Okay, you'll meet with Sammy if you have acceleration. All right. What's your name?
Richard.
Richard. Everybody that has peak, meet with Richard.
Hello, how are you?
And what's the next one? De-escalation. What's your name? Stacy. Meet with Stacy if you have de-escalation. And recovery. You got recovery? Okay, what's your name? Kevin. Meet with Kevin if you have recovery. Wait, you can present it to the group in about 2 minutes. What it looks Where's the recovery group? Right here. Okay. Oh. You're going to be presenting what it looks like and then what does the teacher
No, they're not the same thing. No, they're not all the same.
Right.
So rather than, pointing the finger at them, well, my wife always tells me, it's not always, but she says, fix the problem, not the blame. So rather than trying to focus so much on, who are you guys, it's addressing, how we was just trying to find something. Actually, no, it's be a reasonable time.
Okay, you got 2 minutes.
I wondered what school it's Galileo School for Gifted Learning. It was started by a UCF professor. Yeah.
I'm also just going to
Okay, yeah. Okay, I probably know. Yeah.
Ava, you started kindergarten.
Ava, was she there last year?
I actually think so.
Yeah, yeah. All I know is, yes, she is. Yeah, we have like a few Chinese and Thai students.
Yeah.
I'm authorized on that. Substitute teaching someone and we have high school.
Somebody like to take is that a class? You might have
Let's say there was a third grader that was back in the face. Yeah, which is gonna happen. It's gonna be
Okay, that's time. Yeah. Is that okay? You can do it. teacher's got to be us too. We're not
there yet.
That's all right. You'll be surprised. You'll be surprised what happens. All right. So what we're going to do now is go through each of the stages, and I'm hoping that what you'll do is model the stage for us so we can see it, and then see what the educator should do. So the calm group, first one. I'm hoping everybody's going to be able to say these at the end of the class. It's your ticket out of here. We're going for mastery of the acting outside. Okay.
Okay, class, I want you to go ahead and take out your workbooks. We're going to start on page 12, so don't forget to put your name on your paper. Joey, do you have a question? Okay, keep up the good work.
So what did we see? Everybody's calm.
We're supposed to do.
Doing what, and are you a special student? But it's
He's on task.
What?
He's on task.
He was on task. That is actually part of it. Don't ignore them when they're doing the right thing. And what did the teacher do?
Praise them.
Yeah, you got to do the
Reinforcing that positive reinforcement.
Yes.
There you go. Thank you.
yes. Reinforce when they're doing it right. Okay, anything else that we should do in that state as the educator?
Just be on the lookout if they're getting distracted or they look like they're getting antsy and ready to go, and keep them focused. And when they are doing well, don't ignore it. Like, praise them and recognize that they're on task.
Exactly. Wonderful. That's exactly what I'd like this to look like. Thank you. Excellent for the first group. Now, as a teacher, I got to remember to do that. So remind me if I don't. Okay, let's do phase 2.
He woke up this morning and wanted his mom to make him French toast because he gets French toast every morning since like birth. And mom says, no, you're going to eat Captain Crunch this morning because I have to take care of the baby. Tommy's mad, right? Doesn't it, Tommy? Yeah. Tommy's upset. Tommy's like, oh my gosh, are you kidding me? Like, you don't love me anymore. You take care of the baby. Whatever. I got to go to school. So he goes to school and meets his friend Brandon. And he's like, oh my God, Brandon, I love you. Da-da-da. A new kid came to school, and Brandon doesn't really seem to be talking to Tommy the same way. Tommy is like, what is this? Am I not the same person? Nobody cares about me. I'm getting a little bothered. So then we're in class now. The teacher has a super awesome question. I'm amazing because I'm Tommy. I know the answer. Why aren't you picking me? You always pick me. All right, now I go off because I am getting no attention. There's a new baby at home, he gets the attention. The new kid in class, he gets the attention. Now you're not answering my question. I'm upset. The teacher notices, okay, you know, Tommy did have a new baby sister. Set aside, hey, we're going to do a project now, and each of you are going to have your own special task because it can't go right unless each of you are involved. It kind of made Tommy feel a little bit better. He said, okay, maybe I am still special because this won't work without me. And that's the story for triggers. At home, in school, things don't always go right. I get upset because I'm not in my everyday routine, or I wasn't ready for whatever changes took place. Gotta acknowledge it and do something.
Excellent. Excellent. Good story. All right, so what were the 2 categories of triggers?
So was the school-based and the non-school-based?
All right. Tell us a little more about the school-based one.
The school-based and more like conflicts in the classroom or people, and then the home one involves like those behavioral issues like ADHD, that sort of thing, and then Alexa. And then maybe if you're like getting enough sleep, so it just has to be
Yeah. And the non-school ones can be biological, social, and all of that. And really, you can think of them as triggers, but they're the context. Okay? He could have, he's starting out on the wrong foot. How many of you have seen kids start out on the wrong foot? And all it was, I got Captain Crunch instead of French toast. So what does the educator need to do as much as they can to stop any triggers from happening? What's one of the things?
I think it's the reinforcement thing, like just like we were talking about before. They need reinforcement to come back down so that they are still what we need from
And to be very aware of it. And most really good teachers start right here. When that bell rings, they're not off doing their brain book. They're right here, so I can see that Tommy's got a problem from the very beginning. Okay, hey, good morning, how are you? Oh, had a bad morning. So it saves you a lot of trouble by being aware, constantly being aware. School and non-school, the non-school ones are kind of a context to where it all can happen and you can't control that. But the school one, having, what's one of the things it says on your paper? Having a very, or on the triggers, having a very formal system. I hated this as a teacher. I really did. I'm like real spontaneous, let me change it up every day. That is not good for kids. They want the bell to ring, and then you sit here, and then you do this, and that makes them feel safe. So to create that very structured environment, that will save you so much. And you can tell the minute you walk into somebody's class whether they created that solid, safe structure for their students, because it makes them feel safe. I was very fortunate. I had a home life program, and I knew it drove me crazy, but I knew come cooler and water, we were going to have dinner at 6 o'clock. Even if Grandpa died and whatever, I could count on my mother would have that meal on the table, and that made me feel secure. My whole life, I could still count on that. So kids need that. It helps them.
Something
Yes.
as a veteran 33-year teacher, in my last few years, 33 years, I retired 2 years ago, ESOL students, high school, you would think that these situations they learn to cope, quote unquote, but there's the same as the primary students, they're just like larger bodies. One way to also set the tone was for those students, because you will have them no matter what class you're teaching, was to start out in the beginning when you do